We are going to be taking the headrest out of this old Mini Cooper seat that is in terrible condition, and we are going to be retrofitting it with Alcantara and completely changing out this fabric so that it looks premium and amazing on my Mini Cooper rebuild project. So the first step is super easy. We're just going to unclip this, and then all we have to do is carefully work the foam out of the headrest. I'm pulling up on this side, and I'm pulling down on this side, and hopefully we can get this foam taken out. Ugh. It's almost there. One last pull, and this foam is taken out of the headrest. And voila. So this little bit here is what we're going to be working with for this video. We can get to work reupholstering this headrest, and hopefully we can learn how to do larger reupholstery projects on our car, maybe do the entire seat, do the dashboard, etc. But first of all, let's start with something small. Hope you enjoy the video. If you haven't yet, please make sure to like and subscribe, as we really appreciate it. My name is Ethan, and welcome to Car Creations. What are we going to reupholster this headrest with? Well, I happen to have here a whole roll of the same type of Alcantara that they use in Minis and BMWs. So with this, we should be able to reupholster at least part of this headrest. I'm thinking we're actually going to remove this whole front portion here, and we're going to replace it with Alcantara. And then we're going to put a logo on it. And because of that, Creality has reached out to help us with this video. If you're interested in getting a Creality laser engraver for yourself, take a look at the links down below in the description. And with this machine, you can make quality automotive accessories for yourself. And so what we're going to do is set up that machine, and we're going to use that laser engraver to not only engrave a beautiful Mini logo on the headrest, like a Porsche GT car, but also cut out all the fabric that we need for doing this install. Take the machine out of the box, put in the legs, adjust the height of the laser, and then make sure it's taped really well to whatever surface you're working on so it doesn't move around. And then finally, what we're going to do is cut a little square in the bottom left corner so we can basically make sure that we have everything centered. And that square is where we're going to line up the squares on our software with. If you want to see a more detailed video of setting up this machine, take a look at our previous video where we made some keychains and lanyards with this machine. But once that's done, we're going to do a test cut and a test engrave with our laser printer onto Alcantara to make sure it's the right thickness and it's cutting perfectly through it without burning too much. And then we can cut out for the first time. I did my test subjects, the combination that I like. I was trying to make it so it wasn't too crispy so that when you rest your head against the seat, it wasn't going to be like scratching your ear or something. And then I also wanted for the cut, for it to be a pretty clean line, and I didn't want it to be burnt behind because it is kind of stink. I am now pretty confident that we can cut the Alcantara to do the headrest. How do we know what size we're going to cut out? Now, what we're going to do first is take this piece off of the headrest. So what I'm going to do is turn this inside out. And we should be able to make our pattern with the little pieces that make up this headrest cover. There we go. I don't know if you can see it in the video. Behind the headrest, there's this foam, and it's all completely broken apart. And that is one of the reasons why this headrest felt a little bit lumpy and torn on the other side. After much use, moving your head around on it, it starts coming apart. So what we're gonna do is take this piece off, and we're just gonna use a little seam ripper and remove this inner stitching and then the outer stitching. But what we do want to save is a little bit of leather / vinyl on the outside, because we're going to be keeping that and connecting the Alcantara to that. And maybe instead of using black stitching, maybe I'll find a nice red color to match the JCW logos on this car. So once we have that taken off, our next step is to somehow superimpose that onto the computer. Now, if you take a picture with a lens, the lenses will distort the image and it won't be perfect. So I came up with a bright idea, put it onto a scanner and scan it into the computer. That way it's perfect one-to-one. So I did that and did all the measurements to make sure that the scanner is correct, and we have it perfectly imported into the computer. Our next step is to trace out this piece in the computer in Illustrator, superimpose the Mini logo onto it, and then with that, we should be able to put onto our software and we can start printing it on our machine. This entire piece right here needs to be cut off. I should be using a straight edge to do this. I'm probably wasting fabric. And now what we're gonna do is tape this down to our board, and let's get this thing cut out. Woo! That looks sick. Look at this. This now is going to get sewn on upside down right here, something like that. good to see that it fits. Should be on the front of the seat like this. So you have a beautiful Mini logo to rest your head against. All right, so for stitching, it is a little bit more complicated. It kind of took us a while to get this down pat, and we decided to use a sewing machine for this because doing it by hand was a lot of work getting through all these layers. So what our first step was, turn it inside out and do one stitch on the inside, connecting the face Alcantara to the rest of the headrest. Now for the inside one, where you don't have to be as perfect, we did end up using a sewing machine, and we actually had to get some stronger needles for that. If you're doing it yourself, make sure you get 100/16. Make sure you also have a really good high quality automotive thread. Else it's just gonna tear or pull and all your hard work will all be in vain. After we stitched the inside line, we can fold it over. And now we just follow the holes that we had before and just loop it around and go around like that by hand, and it looks fantastic. And make sure you line up the edges as best as possible because you don't want to be losing room, as when we put it back onto the headrest, you may not be able to get it to fit. And just like that, we're done. Look at that. It looks so good. This Alcantara, the Mini logo, Alcantara is a little bit dirty because the foam was coming apart and getting bits everywhere, but we'll vacuum that up and that'll look perfect. We've made this headrest come alive and look a lot more sporty and premium. We have now finished sewing and this headrest is looking amazing. I think the cover's done and we could end the video here. However, how about putting it back onto the headrest? Firstly, I'm just going to be squeezing the foam down and then slowly trying to work it in. Audio is gonna be terrible for this portion. See this big pillow bulge right here? Push that in and squeeze it down over top and just go back and forth, and it seems to be going on okay. So it's on, but just crooked, so now we have to figure that out. It's on! Buckle this in underneath. So you push this all the way, curl this, and voila. There we go, it's done! This looks so good. Make sure you guys leave down below right now what you think of this, and if it's something that you'd want to do on your own car. Think it's worth it? Think it's a big enough upgrade? I'm super impressed. So that's all we have today. We hope you enjoyed. Hopefully we can use some of the stuff that we learned from this and be able to apply it in the future for more interior modifications in our car that we have made with our own hands. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't yet, please make sure to like and subscribe, as we really appreciate it. Most of all, we hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one. This is not technical at all, but you still need to see it. As you can actually get on. There you go. Oh, look at that. Fits my cranium perfectly.